up, everybody? Welcome to GameFreak. Today we are going to take a look at a game that I think should be known as a classic, but for some reason you really don't hear much about it, and that is Diddy Kong Racing. Now, this game was developed in 1997 by Rare for the Nintendo 64. If I'm going to be completely honest, I personally believe this racing game outdoes Mario Kart in every way. Now, I'm positive that most will disagree with me on that statement, but I said what I said. And before I go any further, I'm going to kindly ask if you could hit that subscribe button. It would help out the channel, and it would be greatly appreciated. And on top of that, we can discuss why or why not you disagree with me on this. So, let's get back into this. When I first played this game, I had zero expectations. I looked at it as just another childish racing game with cartoony characters as the drivers. That changed rather quickly though. This racing game was different. It had a story behind it. Not only that, but you had options. Don't want to race in a car? Cool. How about a hovercraft? Or an airplane? Doesn't sound like a big deal, but it threw in a good twist for the time. As far as the story, it goes as follows. Timber the Tiger's parents go on a vacation and leave their son in charge of the island that they live on, prompting him and his friends to organize a race. I mean, what kid wouldn't do that? You want to throw a party and shit like that when your parents go out of town? I mean, they left him a whole island. So, yeah. But that fun was interrupted when a sinister intergalactic pig wizard named Wizpig, how original, arrives at the island and attempts to take it over. He turns the island's 4 guardians into his henchmen. The only solution available to the island's inhabitants is to defeat Wizpig in a series of races. Unlike Mario Kart, this game didn't seem to feel repetitive at all. And I'm not bashing Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. There's just something about this game that seemed to give it an edge for me. If you have never played it, you need to give it a go. Now, it's similar to Mario Kart, yet completely different. I know that makes no sense, but as soon as you play it, you'll know what I mean. Even today, the game still holds up at 26 years old. Honestly, I was never an N64 fan because of the controller. However, it worked out perfectly for this game. The controls aren't too touchy and yet very responsive. It never feels like you're losing control of your character. This is just one of those games that will say, okay, I'm going to do a few races and then do something productive. But before you know it, you've been playing for a couple hours. And that's not a bad thing, unless you really had some shit that needed done. For being the 8th most sold game on the N64, you really don't hear about this game much. I'd like to call it a hidden gem, but it sold almost 5 million units. It's far from hidden, and there are lots of copies out there. So I recommend finding a copy and vegging out for a bit. You won't regret it. Let me know if you feel the same way I do in thinking this is better than Mario Kart. I'd love to hear why or why not in the comments. So thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until the next video, game on.